Okay, hi, it's me again. So we're on meditation. Okay, this will be the first video on meditation. Um, Chapter 8 in the Beginner's Guide to the Mystery Sciences. So I want to start with a Thoth quote, of course, because I love him. So from the Emerald Tablets, conquer by silence the bondage of words. That's the meditation tip we get from Thoth. And then from the book, I'll start before the rambling starts. The Bible tells you, be still and know that I am God. But stillness is incredibly difficult to achieve. Your mind is always active, even when your body is asleep. Meditation is about stillness of the mind. The body can be active during this time. Some people hear their inner spirit speaking to them through random ideas they get while cleaning or exercising. This is meditation. You are exhausting your body consciously, but your subconscious is working out too. Your spirit explores the subconscious when the consciousness is inactive. Mundane tasks, repetitive tasks, that's when your mind wanders. Take it back to the source. Divine unity, or God, is the hermaphrodite, a perfectly balanced duality of masculine and feminine energies, working together as one. The mind is dual in nature too, as above, so below, as within, so without. The masculine energy is in the conscious mind, whereas the feminine energy is in the subconscious. And like any strong, intelligent woman, the subconscious lets her man think he wears the pants all the time, while handling the important business behind the scenes. When the man needs rest, she comes in to relieve him from his hard day of work. Sometimes her way of doing things is confusing and elaborate to him. He doesn't always understand her, but he trusts her unfailingly. This is the perfect marriage. It is not a battle of the sexes, but instead it is a collaboration of equal energies working toward the same goals, but in different ways. The idea of stillness in meditation is to witness the communication between the masculine and feminine energies of the mind, to access the subconscious consciously. So meditation is about shutting off the sensory perception part of your body. If you're not getting in any new information from the outside world around you, you have time and focus to understand and study the inner world within you, your mind. And not just your mind, but memory. Memory is fascinating. You absorb so much light information on a daily basis, and you don't process it all in that moment. All of that excess light, energy, information you absorb throughout the day is in your long-term memory. And when your body is at rest, or when it's not really thinking about what it's doing because it's so used to its muscle memory now, you can explore the subconscious, like the shit that you forgot to remember to think about while you were seeing it. You know what I mean? It's introspection at its core. But anyway, physically, meditation is amazing for the health of the body systems and overall demeanor. Taking time to consciously focus on certain muscle groups, energy lines, and healing is always a plus. This is a mental reality after all. Energy flows where attention goes. You spent your whole childhood expanding your creative imagination because your spirit knows the power of the mind. You are the commander of your body. Your will controls each atom. Tell it what to do. Imagine that you can see it and feel it obeying your commands, and watch the body evolve with your consciousness. Communicating with your own body is clutch, because it's not you, it's not something you're wearing, it's something you're operating. So you have to go and check on the systems and, oil all the nuts and bolts and make sure everything's happy and working well. But it's a mental universe, each atom, each photon has its own consciousness, and it's all working together, because that's how we get shit done. But you're the captain, you got to tell them what to do, and sometimes you got to tell them individually. Either way, if you want to work on healing or introspection or chakras or any of that, you have to meditate to do that. You have to shut off the sensory perceptions, shut off the outside world, because there's a whole nother world that you're forgetting about when you're awake. Anyway, When you still your mind, you let go of language. Words limit you on so many levels. Whatever the mental connection is to the words that you use is as far as that thought can go. Then you try and share that thought with words, and it can only go as far as the other person's interpretation of it. You find this problematic, especially when two people who speak different languages try to communicate. But that's exactly what it's like when your conscious and your subconscious communicate. The consciousness uses words and the subconscious uses emotions, and they spend more time miscommunicating than they do actually communicating. Let your mind speak to your spirit in a language that your spirit can understand. Clear your mind of words. Focus on breathing, heartbeats, energy and motion, abstract imagery, but anything but words. And that's pretty much, the rest of it is just like examples and tools and, methods, but like the purpose, that's what I want to get to in this video. The purpose of meditation is, to connect, to balance. You're essentially downloading an update, it's light information, all of it. Light information that you receive throughout the day and light information that you stored away and forgot to dig into. But you'll still get knowledge and understanding and wisdom from this light. The light that is recorded on your DNA. And you have access to it because it's mental. You can hack into your own data systems and review files. Like, it's a thing. It's doable. And there's lots of different ways to do it. You don't have to be sitting outside, in the sunlight, barefoot on the ground. That's a beautiful way to do it. But it's not the only way. There's lots of different ways to do it. And the more you do it, the more options you have. And the more expansion you have. And the farther your reach. And the earth, okay, here's the number one thing about meditation while in your body, okay? Your body is made of earth. The earth is made of earth. Okay, these are two examples of what's called form. Okay, there's force, which is spirit, and then there's form, which is body. And every spirit reflects itself in its form. And our form is connected to the form of the earth, because the earth is also a spirit trapped in a body with chakras and all of that. As a whole and individually, there's consciousness in the earth, and so you're mentally connected. But also in the body, you're physically connected. So that's 2 times connection with the earth you could be making on a daily basis. Now, the power in that, it goes beyond what you could imagine, because, in the Emerald Tablets, in one of the last tablets, Thoth explains the secret of life and death. And the secret of life and death is like, essentially, how to prolong your lifespan. Thoth supposedly lived for thousands of years. And he was thrice born, so he supposedly lived as Thoth from Egypt, and then as Hermes in Greece, and then as Mercury in Rome. And this was the same guy. They called him different names depending on which culture was talking to him, but it was the same fucking guy. And he lived so long, and one of his secrets to his long life was meditation. And it's kind of like Doctor Strange, and the Sorceress Supreme. She was like the ancient one. And she was thousands of years old. And nobody really knew her secret as to how she was that old. She was just special, and she had lots of wisdom, so she knew everything, so whatever. And she taught for thousands of years, but it turned out at the end, she was drawing her power from an alternate dimension. And this is kind of, it's a Hollywoodized version of the actual truth of how that is accomplished. So you connect with the earth in body and in mind. And in doing so, you recharge your poles, your positive and negative ends of your body, or the form that holds magnetically the spirit into it. The force, which is you, is bound to the form, which is earth, while in this plane. And same thing with the entirety of the environment around you. So to connect with the earth, to connect with the sun, to connect with the planets, to connect with each other, to connect with anything on this plane, gives you more power and more reach. Your vibration is the word, and in the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God, because it's an echo of the light that you are a piece of. So anyway, you have the power to use of the Word, and once you can understand how to connect yourself to the earth, you can have a stronger Word. Your Word radiates through galaxies now, okay? So your light shines a little bit brighter in the cosmos type deal. And sometimes that can perfect the physical body, or heal, or bring complete and utter balance and harmony to, which is essentially perfect state of being, which is harmony and healing. But anyway, meditation it's powerful, okay? You start very simply, but the more you practice and the more you do it, and the more your mind expands and understands spiritual matters, the stronger your meditation is, the stronger your chi, essentially. But so Thoth, in the Emerald Tablets, he's very vague. He's very vague, but he gives us the secret, and I'm going to share it with you right now, okay? The keys of life and death. Desireth thou to know the deep hidden secret? Look in thy heart, where the knowledge is bound. Know that in thee this secret is hidden, the source of all life and the source of all death. List ye, O man, while I tell you the secret, reveal unto thee the secret of old. Deep in the earth's heart lives the flower, the source of the spirit that binds all in its form. For know ye that the earth is living in body as thou art alive in thine own formed form. The flower of life is as thine own place of spirit, and streams through the earth as thine flows through thy form, giving of life to the earth and its children, renewing the spirit from form unto form. This is the spirit that is form of thy body, shaping and molding into its form. Know ye, O man, that thy form is dual, balanced in polarity while formed in its form. Know that when fast on thee death approaches, it is only because thy balance is shaken. It is only because one pole has been lost. Know that thy body, when in perfect balance, may never be touched by the finger of death. Aye, even accident may only approach when the balance is gone. When ye are in balanced equilibrium, ye shall live on in time and not taste of death. Know that thou art the balanced completion, existing because of thy balance of poles. As in thee one pole is drawn downward, fast from thee goes the balance of poles. All that exists has a form and is living because of the spirit of life in its poles. Straight up, Thoth is like, look, you are a giant fucking magnet, okay? And everything around you is magnetic. So whatever type of magnetic shit you have around you is throwing off your own magnetic force. But when your magnetic force is perfectly balanced, because positive and negative poles are equal, you can't die. Essentially, you're recharging your body, and your body is a piece of this earth, and it's all mentally operated, and mentally you recharge it once a week for an hour a day, and you're good. You'll stay here and finish what you're doing and grow, continue to grow, teach others how to grow too. That's your job while you're here. Anyway, meditation is it's important for introspection. It's important for spiritual power. The universe is mental, and it's mentally operated and controlled, and your access to it is unlimited unless you don't know how to control your own mind. Self-control is step one, right? And it gives you power. Wisdom is power. Power is knowledge. Knowledge is mental. Exercise your mind type deal. But anyway, next video I guess we'll get into methods. Thanks.